Today I'm going to show you how you can use MAST to set up your 3 lines of defence for assurance. So you see here that we can use a variety of different ways of supporting your 3 lines of defence. So your first line is in terms of your project management team. So it's a series of self-assessments and audit and surveys. Your second line of defence is more formal health check reviews and stage gate reviews, and again more kind of surveys. And your third line of defence, if you need it, is independent audit. If I go to the next slide, which shows how you could set this up. So this is our playbook. You don't have to do all these different types of assessments and surveys. This is what we agree as part of the sign-up process. So you see at the top, we've got a standard waterfall project lifecycle. We can do this for waterfall, agile, hybrid, different types of methodology. But what we do is we agree exactly what you're going to do as your first line of defence, and our kind of view is that first line of defence is the best form of defence and more efficient way of working. So for the first line of defence, in terms of the assessments, we recommend having health check assessments, which a project manager will self-assess. Now, clearly, if he or she doesn't portray the truth, then you're not going to get anything out of it that is meaningful. So let's assume for a second that they are. So we have different sorts of health check assessments depending on the methodology that you're using and where you are in the project life cycle, and things become more and less important, and there are questions that are relevant and not relevant depending on where you are in the life cycle. You can also do pre-steering group reviews. So if you've got a set criteria, you can understand whether you're ready to go to the stage gate review. In terms of the surveys that we've got an array of surveys which can be tailored for each organisations. These can be either named surveys, or they can be completely anonymous. So you just create a link within the tool, and then you send it out via email, and you'll never know who actually filled it in, which is great, because you can get some really great kind of feedback if people know that it's not going to be traced back to them. So the different types of survey that we can do morale checks, we can get feedback for risk and also change management. We can even do lessons learned sessions. One of the things that I really like about the tool is the continuous value assessment. So if you're doing an implementation you've got a diverse set of stakeholders who are interested in realising the benefits, you can do a litmus test straight after the project's gone live, and then in a controlled way, 6, 12, 18 months, you can run that assessment, and hopefully you can show where the things have how the perception has improved over time, and if you get a low score, you can do something about it. And then in terms of end customers and end users, there's a variety of different things we can do. We can understand various kind of stakeholders' perceptions of the success of the project. We particularly like the net project success score. So we kind of highly recommend you use that. In terms of our second line of events, this is where your PMO or your management team will be carrying out a series of assessments and the surveys. They follow the same kind of pattern in terms of you follow your stage gate review, or you carry out your formal stage gate review in the tool. So you've got a clear history of what was agreed and what the key risks are. And then you follow the same pattern in terms of the health checks, which are done at regular stages. So this is usually the PMO and the project manager sitting down comparing side by side the self-assessment that project manager has done, and it's really great to be able to understand if there are any capability issues with the project manager or even behavioural issues. The stakeholder surveys are quite fascinating. You can reach out to your execs and understand their anonymous perception of how the project is going. You can even ask questions like, do you fully support the project or not? So just to really elicit things that they probably wouldn't admit to in public, and get great kind of feedback. The project team, you can understand again morale, understand what the work stream leads are thinking. We've seen this being used on a couple of occasions where we've got geographically bombed teams with different perceptions of the RAG status of the project. So it's really great for uncovering what everybody really knows, and doing something about it, which is the most important thing. And then finally, in terms of the wider kind of stakeholders, you can reach out to the user group and understand if they are liking what they're seeing in terms of the end product, whether they have been consulted throughout the project, and same with the operational kind of work streams. You can understand whether they've been kept up to date, and you can even use the results of all the various surveys as you go through the project lifecycle to demonstrate what people are thinking and improvements that you've made. And we've seen this used in kind of final go no go kind of reviews to demonstrate that folk have been kept up to date as you've gone through the project lifecycle. And finally, if it's appropriate, and you do have a third party, or if you do have an independent group within the organisation, you can carry out your third line of defence. So these are your formal project audits, and again, you can elicit feedback from various kind of stakeholder groups, which may shape actually how you carry out your assessment. We always recommend that whoever carries out the third line of defence has access to your first and second line of defence results, and again, this might shape how you carry out the audit itself. That was a very, very quick overview. If you've got any questions, then please feel free to contact us. The best way is through our website, which is at mainstay.consulting. It's got more information there in terms of our MAST product and other services that we offer.